What is up? Carlos from Smoke and Vine here, and today I want to find out once and for all what is the best binder to use for ribs. Let's go. So one of the things that I hear most, people are always talking mad shit about me using mustard as a binder. If any of you guys know me on TikTok, you know that I cook a lot of ribs, and I pretty much always use mustard as a binder. And never fails, anytime there's a video, I get hundreds and hundreds of comments about mustard's disgusting, everything's good but the mustard, you don't know what you're doing, no real pit masters use mustard. I have heard it all. People are always talking mad trash about mustard. Now, I always cook with it, so in my mind, I don't think you can taste the mustard when you use it as a binder, but a lot of people are like, this is gross, you can taste the mustard. So what I want to do today is I want to find out once and for all what's the best binder to use. So we have 3 racks of beautiful spare ribs here. They've already been trimmed up, the back membrane's already been removed, and we're going to test out 3 different binder methods, right? So of course, we're gonna use mustard. That's what we're gonna start with, right? This is my go-to, it's what I always use, so we're gonna try that out. A lot of people are always saying use olive oil, just use olive oil, that's all you need, olive oil. So we're gonna use some olive oil on the second rack. On the third rack, we're not gonna do anything. We're not gonna use a binder at all. That one's gonna take a little bit longer to prepare because after I season each side, I'm gonna let the meat sweat out for about 15 minutes to kind of create some moisture and kind of create its own binder, if you will. And then we're gonna throw these racks on the smoker. We're gonna cook them exactly the same way. All 3 of them are getting the exact same cook. They're gonna get about 5 hours at 250 degrees. And we're gonna spritz them along the way, and then the last hour, we're gonna throw some sauce on them. So we shall see how this turns out. Let's do it.
Here we have our 3 racks of spare ribs. They have already been trimmed up and they are ready to go. This first rack is getting nothing but seasoning. After applying our rub, we will let the meat sweat out for 15 minutes or so while we work on these other racks. Folks are always commenting on TikTok and social media that you don't actually need a binder, so we are going to find out today. We're going to see how this one tastes. While that rack absorbs its seasoning, we're going to work on the other 2 racks. Again, one rack is getting mustard, the other rack is getting olive oil. Now, I use mustard all of the time on ribs, and I love it. To me, it's just my go-to method. However, I've never used olive oil, so we are going to see today how that turns out. Now, I'm doing my best on all 3 of these racks to give them pretty much the exact same amount of seasoning. I'm trying to coat them incredibly evenly because I don't want one to have more seasoning or heavier seasoning versus another. I want them all to be the same. They're all going to get cooked the same way. The only thing that will be different with these 3 racks will be the binder. Also, it's important to note that I will not be the person doing the tasting today. I have a group of people coming over and they will be the judges of which rack is actually the best. Alright, our racks are seasoned up quite nicely and they are ready to go on the smoker. These are going on a 250 degree smoker and they will go on for about 5 hours. I know that it's going to be about 5 hours because this is how I typically smoke my ribs. I'm going to spritz every 45 minutes or so, and the spritz is 100% apple juice. That is all. This was about an hour and a half into the cook, and already the ribs were looking and smelling fabulous. Now for the final hour, I'm going to sauce the ribs. We are doing Traeger's apricot barbecue sauce on these. They will probably get sauced 3 times within the last hour of the cook. If you have not tried this sauce before, you have got to try it. It is my go-to sauce for pork. It's unbelievable. So here we go. The ribs are done. They look incredible. They smell amazing. Now all that is left to do is slice these babies up, assemble them all on their own plate, and let the judging begin. Look at these. Juicy, cooked to perfection. I cannot wait to bite into these. The first plate we assemble tonight will be the no binder ribs, the second will be the olive oil ribs, and the third is going to be the mustard ribs. here they are. Again, they all look beautiful. The judges have no idea which plate is which, but they are definitely ready to dig in. So let's see what happens.
Point to the plate that had your favorite ribs. Well, y'all, number 3 used mustard as a binder.
Yeah.
There you go.
Number 2 used olive oil.
Oh my god.
And number 1, there was no binder.
Killed it, Jen.
All right.
Do I win more wine?
You must, no, you win more of my cooking.
Oh, perfect.